The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the people's platform.
Aloha! On this episode of Polymer Play with Barbara Hanson, that's me. We're going to be putting together a polymer clay turtle top, and you're going to learn how to make a jelly roll, which is really awesome. You can do a lot with it. So stay tuned and let's make a turtle. Aloha! On this episode of Polymer Play with me, Barbara Hanson, we're going back to the roots of the jelly roll, and we're going to take them and we're going to use them to do a mahogany turtle like this. It's going to be epic. So let's jump right in. On a lot of my bigger art pieces, I like to add some simpler rolls to kind of give your eye a breath to think about all the different things that you're seeing, because it kind of comes at you pretty strong. And I find that a jelly roll, or the other thing that I call a dot, is the best way to do that. So for this one, I want to have a lot of revolutions, so I need to have a longer piece. And I want the green on the outside and this minty color that I created with my dough sheeter, you know, my favorite tool I have. I just want to cut this the same width. There we go. Sorry, it's a little noisy day up here in Louisville. Okay, so both ends are tapered. We're going to come in like this. Okay, and we're going to start the roll. So that makes sense, right? The longer it is, the more times it's going to go around. The shorter it is, less times it's going to go around. So I don't push this one down. I leave it pretty loose, because if you notice, see, this is actually kind of cool. It's like a wave. If you notice, what happens here is as I push this, see how that lifts up? Because this is longer and this is shorter, like in revolution. So you can hold it like that and take it. And when you're almost to where you want to go, what I like to do is, for this particular one, I want the green to go past the light green. So I'm going to go like this. Never want to cut into your hand, obviously. I mean, I cut myself cutting a bagel that way when I was a kid. Okay, go straight down. As my grandma's yelling, no! I go, oop, I already did it. That was one and done. Oh, teaching moment. Whoop, whoop. See how this doesn't make it all the way? We've got two options we can do. I can either slice this off and fill it with the green, or, well, yeah, I'll show you that. I think that. Or the other thing is, I could have come back here, sliced this down this way, taken this piece off, and then wrapped it. But let's try this way, because sometimes you need to do this in a pinch. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is cut off this scrappy stuff here. Okay, I'm going to always check both sides of your tube. Then I'm going to come down like this. Okay, now I've got this weirdness, so I'm going to trim it like that. Take this off. Now I don't want, this is a blunt edge, so I need a blunt edge. I come in like this, patch it. So I patched it, hold on to it, and cut. Okay, we don't want to spend our whole day doing a big jelly roll, but that's what you need to do. And that needs to get pulled down. I want to jump into my turtle because I want to make sure I have time to show you everything. Okay, when my turtles come from a really cool guy in Maui. But anyhow, when you're doing anything except for glass adhering, you need to have some sort of epoxy. For the wood, I like PC7. It's a 2-part epoxy. It's for engine block. It's for car engines, and it so it can withstand the heat when you're cooking it. So what I do is you take your two parts and you mix it, and you want to get them even. Obviously, you don't do this without wearing gloves. That would be disastrous. You want to be in a well-ventilated area. But this stuff is great. It's almost like a tile grout consistency. See? So here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm trying to cover. It's a fine line. You want it thick, but not so thick that when you put slices on, the stuff like oozes through, but not so thin that it doesn't stick. And that, my friend, comes with experience. So go get some PC7 and try it. I use PC7 on, let's see, you can use it on resin, wood, ceramic, like a vase. What else? I guess that's pretty much it. Remember, when you're attaching to plexiglass, you don't need any glue because they're both in the polymer, they're both plastics. Okay. So see how I'm taking it to the edge? And I'm kind of filling in these lines. The other nice thing about the PC7 is you've got a little bit of working time, so that's good. All right, so we got that. Yeah, when I'm working on the turtles, actually, I'm going to go with, I'm breaking the rules. When I start the turtle, I like to do one. I do one pattern around the outside, and I used to go bing, 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 bing all the way around, but not anymore. It's like, as you learn, you get the new and improved method, but it is a good way to start. What I'm going to do is take 4, make 4 like that. Okay, see how I've got 4? Okay. And I'm going to take, this is an epic blade. This is what Darylyn uses. She likes this one when she's slicing when she's pulling down the rolls for me, because I definitely need help with that. But see, with this blade, it's easier to cut 4 at a time. So this is a great tool. I don't use it that often, but when I use it, I'm very happy I have it. And then I'm going to start in the back and work my way around. Now, I'm going to the edge. I don't want them to hang over, because if they're hanging over the edge, then they're not glued to anything. Then you have you're risking an opportunity of it snapping off. We don't want anything to come back. We want to use good glue. We want to cook it at the right temperature and create something that's going to last forever. Okay, so I can see here, looks like I have room for 2. Hey, I'm pretty good at cutting, right? I think I nailed it. Boop, boop. Okay, this goes in here. Squeeze that. Okay, flip it over. Look at the back. So if I see anything hanging over or not pushed down, I'm going to hit it now. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to focus back up to the center in my area. Well, I'm going to work with Pele because we've had so much volcanic action this last year. And if you haven't gone to see it, it's definitely worth seeing. I saw it in gosh, actually it was in the spring, but it stayed in my heart for a while, in my mind. It was just, when you're watching new land be made, it's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the center, and then I'm going to use my little 4 stacker method again. I've got these little yellow plumerias. They've already been pulled down. See, the nice thing is if you spend time accumulating these different rolls, and then you get to go back and put them all together, which is my favorite thing in the whole world. I love when I just have all these rolls and I can go for it. Okay, I'm going to cut 4, I think, for this one. I don't think it's going to quite take 4, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and I'm gonna go. Now I always start so that the center one has a little space, if that makes sense, because I'm gonna put something right there later. There's a method to the madness. And you know, when I'm telling you these things, you don't have to do this. You do what you do. I'm just showing you what I do. I think that's one of the best things about polymer clay is there are so many. Oh, yeah. Loving it. Okay, there is no right or wrong. I'm showing you my concept, but you have your own. That's all good. Okay, so I've got these bright colors going. And so I'm going to take some of my... Okay, there's an episode somewhere in there where I made a Honu like this. Go back and check it out. You can make one too. Okay. That's the cool thing is a lot of the rolls that I'm using, excluding that, on this piece, you can make because we've showed you how. So let's... And don't get frustrated, I know, because a lot of times the first time I do something... Oh, that's way too big. Okay, that's done. The first time I do something, it's like, I go, oh God. And then the second time, it's, oh gosh, in the other direction. And the third time, you're like, oh yeah, I got this. Problem is, there's so much time in between, you forget things. And of course, I don't write anything down. But maybe you should. I don't know. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do that on the bottom, round it out, this on the top. I'm going to take a little one of these. Okay, I'm always looking to what the space is next to me. Oh, when I mean me, I mean my clay. Actually, okay, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Easier than trying to explain it. All right. So remember how I said you kind of manipulate the shape? So I gave it, see how I just made that fit in there? Now this one's different because it's a little bit wider. See, that was narrow, that's wider. Up here we've got a narrow, so I'm gonna kind of see how it's like that. And then I'm gonna just slide it up in there. And that one's easier, slide it in there. Okay, there's that. Now we'll do a bigger one. 1, 2, up, 3 and 4. Go up. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm a counter. I always loved math when I was young. Now I'm a little like, eek. Okay, got that. Next I'm going to do the cool thing is, okay, I've got this on either side, so I could do something a little bit bigger. Like this. Because you don't necessarily have to go in order. So I could put this here, and I'm going to put this going the same direction on this side. Okay, so now all I have to do is go back and fill those little guys. And with those, I'm going to use something hot pink because I'm trying to balance and pull this pink up. And I'm going to use a Honu because Honus are what we're working. It's a Honu on a Honu. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be a little tight, but I can do it. Again, you're manipulating. Now, see, that's narrow, so I'm going to slide that a little bit. Put this in here. Boop. And, okay, these both look good. You know, it's not a... what is the word? It's not a symmetrical turtle. I mean, I don't think any turtle is symmetrical, correct? Okay. So now I want to balance the color back. I can see that I have green going on up here, so I need more green out here. So I'm going to take, let's see. All right. You're watching me think. I can plan these things, but I change my mind every time. Okay, I'm going to take this green one, I'm going to pull it down, and I'm going to go on the outside of all those pink ones. But I don't want to do one big one. I want to do two small ones. So it's going to go bink, 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 all the way around. So what do I need? 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. Okay. So we're going to get 16 of these little guys. Whoops. Pull too hard, you break your roll. That's okay. Remember, you don't want to work with a long one. You want to work with a short one. Makes it easier. Okay, 16. 10, 11, 12, up. 13. Oh, it's so great I can still count. Oh, okay. Okay, let's go back there and get them in. Okay, we're going on the below the pinks. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so this one's a little wider. So I'm going to kind of make my flowers a little wider. If they're narrower, make your flowers narrower. Or you could physically change the shape. Look at that, I'm going 2 at a time. Because I'm a professional. Okay, we're almost there. And then, you know what we're getting close to getting to do? The infamous jelly roll. That's funny. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, we're not. I want to do something around the orange. And since I have this already made, it pulls the green out on that side. Actually, I want blue. It was a good idea when it came in my head, but I changed my mind. Okay, I'm going to take this because I feel like this blue is here, but it needs to be balanced up here. So I'm going to pull this down, and I figure I'm going to put 3 in there. And then I'm going to do the jelly roll, which I'm going to put on here. Oh, secret trick to make rolls soft, put them behind your knee. That's the way you do it. I laugh when people come in the gallery. I'm like, wait, pulling out all these rolls. Okay, so I'm taking 3. You can see I really like this method. And you know, I've only done it a few years. It took me, what, 36 years to come up with that? Hello. But no one's teaching me, but I'm teaching you. And then you'll teach yourself too. Whoop. Okay. This is my finishing touch before I do the little jelly roll action. Okay, what are you guys thinking? I like it. Now I could do patterns all the way down, but I feel at this point it needs to have a little bit of relief from all this pattern to that pattern. But obviously not relief in the form of sticky glue sitting there. So I'm going to take this roll and pull it down. This is great. I love these turtles. They're so cool. It's like, I love when you get to use all the rolls you've made. I think it's important to spend time building. And then, okay, as I pull this down, teaching moment, see how this goes like this way down here? See how the roll's not there? The roll is not going to be there until I cut down to here. Yeah. So don't get frustrated. Just go to where you need to go so that you get to where, you know, no frustration. We want happiness. This should be a pleasurable experience. Okay, again, I like to cut a myriad of sizes. I'm just going to throw out a couple of biggies because I don't think I really need much in the big arena. I pull it down a little bit, and I'm going to cut some more. Now remember, you do have a working time with your glue, so if you're new to this, and actually I do it when I'm working on bigger pieces, I'll pre-cut like the background stuff like this that I know I'm going to need, and then I could go slower here, and because the worst thing is if this glue dries and you have to go back and put glue in there, it is a capital #1 bummer. That is not fun. And it should be fun. So, okay. So I'm getting down here. And I know that once I start doing this, I'm going to say, oh, I kind of need more of this size. So, you know, you're going to make adjustments. Some tinies. Okay, now we're in. Okay, I'm going to start. I'm going to pick one spot to start. I'm not going to go like one here, one there, one there. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I don't want to do that. I like to work my way around. So you're always looking forward to where you're going. Now, if I see an area I can do some bigger ones, I like the variety of sizes. Some people like all their things really tiny. There's no right or wrong. It's whatever you like. But actually, I think I might want some bigger. Whoa, see? You don't know until you start, as I said. And I probably won't need a lot, but they're just ready. When I look over and I go, ooh, I could use that. Okay, so I'm going to go down. I'm going to do a tiny, actually, for that one, I'm going to do one of the kind of squishy long ones. There's a perfect spot there. Okay. And again, I could do a shape, fit it in there, setting myself up for winning. Look how pretty that looks. It gives your eye a little break. And you can go, oh, wow, you know, you can see everything. Because you work so hard to do these things. And so you want people to be able to see them. There was a period of time where I had no, like, soft roll in between. And they were very intense. Not saying good, bad, or indifferent. It was just a different period of time. And I think that that's part of the, part of the beauty of, you know, evolving and sticking with a, well, you don't have to stick with one project. You could do, you know, you can flip-flop around. But for me, spending all the years doing polymer clay, it's really cool to like watch the transformation of how things evolve. And wow, I've ended up liking these bigger ones more than I thought. That is so cool. Never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, this is a fun thing to do with your family too. You know, you've got your kids visiting, or you've got little kids, or your mom, or whoever, your aunt. Get together, get some clay, watch a Naleo video of Barbara Hanson, and get to it. It's a great way to spend time. Memories are better than presents. That is the best present. Okay, look at us. We are jamming. Mind you, it won't go quite this fast first time you do it. And I've done hundreds of these, so it's a little easier. But that doesn't mean it can't be done. There we go. I do recommend when you start, it is easier to do stuff on plexiglass. The glue, I'm actually doing glue. I haven't gotten any on my hands. It's because I know what I'm doing, but I don't always know what I'm doing. I just try. That's all we can do in life is try. Okay, it's gonna get a little goopy right there. Yeah, this would be a great kid's birthday party. I've done that for kids too. I love it when I'm fortunate some of the charter schools come up and I offer my time and teaching skills to them to see what they could come up with. Oh my gosh, you guys, how epic is that? Okay, we've got one other thing we have to do. Holy cow, that was really rad. Okay, check that guy out. Yeah! All right. Okay, we're gonna look at the back. If there's any glue that you don't like where it is, you definitely want to take it off before you cook it, okay? So now we've got eyeballs. We need to do eyeballs. So I'm gonna I usually pick something in the shell. Still got this behind my knee. Okay, so for my eyeballs, I'm going to pick, I think I like this green flower if I have it big enough. Okay. That one? I like that one. Okay, so we're going to pull it down a little bit. And then we're going to make it pointy. Because I'm going to kind of follow the contour of his eyeball. Okay, and then cut off the edge. Cut 2 eyeballs. Okay. Remember, save all your little scraps in their color piles and reuse them. Now I know I've talked about it before, but there's a lot of different polymer clays that you can use. And I used Kato clay. I started with Fimo. Okay, see this? See the glue? I'm gonna smear the glue on there, slide it up. There's the eyeball. It's the same thing. If you're building canes, the Fimo and Kato, which is what I use, I think are the best because they're a little stiffer. Sculpey is fun if you're doing like swirly things or with young kids because it's soft, but it doesn't maintain its shape as well. Look at his eyes. He's a cutie patootie. Okay, so let's kind of, we've got a couple minutes and I want to just go over what you need to do for this project. Okay, you're going to have your surface, whatever it is. It can be wood, resin, ceramic. If you're going to use this epoxy, the PC7, it's a 2-part, mix equal amounts on a piece of paper. I use my gloved hand and I do it manually. You're going to apply it wherever you go. If the clay is fresh, it'll last 45 minutes to an hour, but that's not set in stone. So you're going to cover it. Then what you're going to do, you either work on your inside out or your outside in. I typically do both. I give myself a border or parameter, and then I go in the center and I work my way back out, because you always want to be conscious of the space that's left open since it's hard to go back and fill it in. Accumulating as many canes as you can before you start a project like this is much better. I never start a big thing unless I know I have everything that's going to go into it. So once you've got all the pieces on, we're getting ready now to put this in the oven. I should have my gloves on, but I'm not going to put them back on because my hands are sticky. You can go over the whole piece and make sure it's exactly how you want it. Because once you put this baby in, it's exactly the way it's going to come out. It's not going to ooze and fill the holes. It's not going to, if you don't like something now, you're still not going to like it when it comes out. So go back and make any little change or whatever that you need. I think he's looking pretty darn cute. The other thing to remember, because people ask me about care for this type of material, with the polymer clay, like my things that are on metal or anything but wood, I can just rinse them in water and let them dry. Wood is a little different because you don't want the wood to have the water, or like a clock mechanism to have water. So with those, you can use the air that you use to clean your keyboard, and if you don't have that, you can even use a hairdryer. I hope that you guys go get some clay and play, because it makes you feel good, and it's a great thing to do with your friends and family. And then when you're done, you've got this beautiful memory of something awesome that you made. So have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to Naleo's TV show with me, Barbara Hanson. Love ya. Bye.